Queen Shan here with A Broadcast Podcast. Hey, girl, hey! We are back with a brand new episode, and I'm so honored to have my good friend Sharon Williams, co-owner of Nappily Naturals and Naked. How are you, Sharon?
I'm good, Shannon. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being here. It's raining this morning. This one this morning text me, girl, it's raining here.
Girl, it never rains in Southern
It
California.
never rains
So
in Southern California.
I don't drive in the rain, but for Shannon, I got up.
You had to get on that road.
I had to get on the road.
The extra 12 minutes.
No.
How long did it take you to get here?
It said 25 minutes.
You did well, sis.
I did. I left at like 8:50.
And you look amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for looking amazing. Well, you always look amazing. So we're going to get into it with Miss Sharon Williams in a minute, but I want to say thank you for, again, the follows. We have now over 12,000 listeners. Can you believe it? We have over 12,000 listeners worldwide with the podcast, and the YouTube is still growing. It's not as energetic as the audio podcast, but we're still growing. It takes a while. You know how social media is.
Yeah.
So, and I just came back from an amazing trip from Vietnam and Cambodia. I've got to put that on my list. We're going to talk about that as well. And you know what? Speaking of that, the herbs and the spices, amazing. Took my brother to the Bahamas for a trip.
Just traveling.
I do.
Just living her life like it's golden.
Okay.
Like that scarf you have on.
Yes. And so we'll talk about that briefly, but after that, we're going to get to our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Gosh, Shannon, I'm looking for some insurance, and it doesn't seem like anybody's wanting to work today. Nobody calls me back on my car insurance or my home insurance, my renter's insurance, nothing. Can you help me?
Absolutely. There's a great company that I work with called SD Langhorne Insurance Services, a.k.a. Shannon Shore, and they actually answer your call.
Wait a minute. You mean I don't have to text a robot and do a chat window for them?
No, when you actually call SD Langhorne Insurance Services, shannonshore.com, they pick up the phone and they will give you great competitive rates in today's market for auto insurance, renter's insurance, general liability, and also workers' comp.
What? Is there a phone number or a website?
You can definitely email them at shannonshore.com, and they will have you fill out a form and they will contact you immediately.
I'm on it. Doing it now.
Contact SD Langhorne Insurance Services or shannonshore.com for your insurance needs today. We are back. Let's get into it, Miss Sharon Williams. I've known you now for, I think, over 10 years now, right? And how I met Sharon is that I'm an insurance broker, as you guys know, and so I do the benefits at her position, at her job. We don't have to talk about what you do, but she has a really nice job as well. And I've done her insurance, her life insurance for her family, her children, and her spouse. And over the course of getting to know Sharon, we would just, we would kiki, how you doing, girl, blah, 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 blah. But, she told me 7 years ago or 8 years ago that she wanted to have her own business. I'm like, yes, absolutely. She doesn't just want to rely on a regular, W-2 job, 8 to 5. She wanted something better and bigger for her family. And I've always noticed that you were always beautiful. And your skin was always glowing. You were just always smiling. You dressed to the nines. You always dressed to the nines. And so you were always an inspiration to me. And so tell me, what was the reason and what was the thing behind starting this business? Just a business, period.
Well, I think I've been at my job for like 25 years.
25 years.
This July. Hopefully I'll be retiring. However, wanting to start a business didn't come to, like you said, about, 2018. But prior to that, the reason why I started this particular business, which is my herbal apothecary, was because out of necessity, because I was always sick as a child. And I always knew that, I was always in a hospital, and it was just something inside of me. I guess it was innate or my ancestral, lineage or whatever, that I always kind of gravitated more of not wanting to take medicine, wanted to take more holistic things. My grandmother was always giving us holistic, medication, herbs and things like that. So even today, I'm like, if you give me something like, what's in it? What is it? I don't want that. But So I met someone. He was a neurosurgeon, and me being sick all the time in the hospital, they gave me medication, and he was like, "Okay, let me just tell you, I'm gonna send you over here to this lady in, that's from South Africa, over there in Fairfax." And he had her give me some black seeds and some African red tea, and to make that as a tea combo and drink at least 2 cups a day. And I would say, like I said, literally by my second cup, I felt so good. Like a lot of the issues I was dealing with mentally, because I was like real bad anxiety.
Okay.
That was one of the things. But then it also manifested, in the body physically.
What was the physical stuff that you were dealing with?
Just a lot of stress, chest pains.
Mm.
Um, Also, a lot of that as a child, I also eat right for my blood type, but that comes later.
Okay.
So a lot of that, like the chicken that I would eat, it has lectin, so that will kind of agglutinate my blood, and then cause pleurisy and chest pains up in here. So, but that we'll get to that later. But this, so I drank the tea and I went to sleep. I had insomnia like crazy. Went to sleep, started feeling better. It was adaptogenic, and then so it started easing up on a lot of those ailments. And
Is this why you don't eat meat?
I don't eat meat.
You eat fish,
Yeah, every now
occasionally
and again.
salmon,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but you don't eat chicken. You don't eat beef. You don't eat pork.
No.
Okay, so let's get that straight.
No
right now.
shade to people who do.
So you are a vet. You're not really vegetarian. You're not really vegan.
So I'm vegan-ish.
Vegan-ish. Do you eat dairy?
No.
No milk. No cheese.
No. And when I say vegan-ish, every so often I would probably eat some lamb, which resonates with my blood type.
What's your blood type?
B positive.
And that's not popular. O positive. I'm O positive. That's the most popular blood type in the world.
Yeah, it's not as it's sort of rare, but not as rare as like I think AB.
Yeah,
Is
I'm an
more
O
rare.
because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a lot of the. I remember learning about my blood type because during COVID, and
Oh,
so everyone was saying how people with O, I don't know if it's O positive. That it was people that supposedly wouldn't get COVID. I still haven't got COVID to this day. But are you concerned about being B positive? Because if you had to get a blood transfusion or something happens, would that be hard to come by?
no, I'm
No.
not. I'm not
Okay.
concerned. I think it's more, I think it'll be okay with that. I'm gonna pray that I never need that
Right.
because of things that are now could possibly be in the blood.
That's
I
right.
no. So
Do you? How did you find out that lamb was good for B positive people?
just studying research, and then there's a book, Eat Right for Your Blood Type.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you guys supposed to eat meat, like because old, so that is you gravitate more toward meat. Of course, you want it to be lean meats and stuff like that. People who are like A has a blood type A, they should be more vegetarians. It
Really?
should not be because they have low stomach acid and they can't really
Mm.
break down the meat. So like my friend Sherry, she's an A positive, so she has a lot of issues with her digestive system. And then now that she's learning more about, the blood type, she's eating more along those lines. My daughter actually called me last week. She's like, I'm so tired of this book telling me what I can and can't eat, because she loves meat. So, but she's an A positive too. But she was like, and it just told me everything that makes me sick. I have been eating all this time. I
All
was like,
these
yeah,
years. All these
all
years.
these years. Yeah.
So not just because you wanted to start a business, it's because this was being a healthy minded person led you to let me share this information with others because other people might be hurting and need this assistance as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what about Umar? Why did your husband Umar? Why do you think he was interested in starting this business?
Well, he likes to help people too. So we were more, in alignment with that. He actually pushed me to start this business because I was kind of like satisfied doing the 9 to 5, but then I wasn't. But I was afraid. He's a risk taker. You guys are old positive. You get that personality. You guys will take risks. Like I'm more of the what do you call it? I stay in the parasympathetic. Like
You're like this?
relax, calm, reserve. No, I'm good. Don't take risks. No, we have to save. But
You want to be
he's more of a risk
comfortable.
taker. Yeah, I'm more stable. He's more of a risk taker, and let's just jump ahead. But so we were watching Nappily Ever After with Sanaa Lathan,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And so there was a scene in there where I believe that her boyfriend or she was making a natural hair oil,
Okay.
and so I was like, we can do that. And then it was like, and then Umar was like, yeah, let's make a hair care product. That was the first thing, so we made a hair oil. But and I was like, Nappily Naturals, and it just came out, and we started laughing, right? And so that just went on over our head a couple of months, and then he came back around to it. He was like, he really liked that name. Like, what do you think? Then he went and created the hair oil, and a friend of ours at the same time came over with some shea butter. He was like, "Ooh, we like this. How do you make it?" So he taught us how to make it, and then so those were our first two products.
Hair oil
Hair
and the shea
oils. So
butters.
remember and I have the lock spray.
Yes. Was
So
that
the natural hair and lock spray.
was
So.
that the evolution of the lock spray
Mm-hmm.
that I use every day on my locks? By the way,
So
are you serious? That's
yes,
the evolution of the lock spray.
yeah. So then I said, okay. So we used some of our money. It was like $1,500 to
Okay.
start.
Okay.
Got some products. Created the lock natural hairspray. He
In
made the
your
shea
home.
butter. We got the containers in our home, and then I was getting my locks retwisted at the hair salon that we
Yes.
went in. So then she was like, "Well, I got a little space. I can rent you in the corner." So we said, "Okay." We set up that little desk
Yep.
and
Counter.
and that was the start
You were
of it.
also selling skirts.
Girl, I was selling skirts,
You're
African
selling
skirts,
head
wraps.
headbands. Yeah, head
Yep.
wraps. Yep. You were
Yeah.
selling a little bit of jewelry, but
Little
that wasn't the
jewelry.
focus. It wasn't the focus. That was just the extras that you were selling.
So the whole point of that was we wanted to start moving because we knew that pretty much everything out there had chemicals in it, and we knew it was causing a lot of issues, skin issues, eczema, psoriasis, hair loss. So you look on the back of it, it's chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. And as Black women, we didn't have a lot of those options either.
Right.
So I said, whatever we do, we have to try to make it chemical free and move toward natural and organic, products,
Right.
skin, body, hair, whatever. And so that was the whole purpose of that, because we know that is more leans more toward healing than anything. So the hair care products, so everything we use, we try to use all natural, clean ingredients, organic as possible. It's not going to be 100%, but at least 90 to 95%, what we can find, and we do our best to make sure that happens.
So in the beginning, the early stages of Nappily Naturals, it was just you, Umar, your Chris, your son, and then Cece was a little part-time help as well. Yep. How was that first year?
So, so we were both working a full-time job, and then so they would come. We had the little counter open from like 10:30 to 4. So he would work 10:30 to 4. We paid him $25 a week.
You paid Chris $25 a week.
$25 a week. I mean,
Oh
that's
my
all we could
goodness.
afford.
Okay,
That's all we could afford.
I get it.
And based on what was selling, so our main customers was the people in the shop. Like after she would finish their hair, they would come over to the counter and then buy the lock and natural hairspray or some of the shampoos behind us, and then they start smelling the butter. So, and we hadn't made a profit yet because we put about $1,500, so I wasn't making any money. And then we was paying him $25 a week. This was a side gig.
This was a side boogie.
So $25 a week, and so he did that, and then I would get off at 4, Umar would get off at 3, and then we would come and take over from like 3 to 4 to 6.
Okay.
So from 10:30 to 6. And I think so the grand opening, we made like $600. And girl, we thought we were rich. It was like, yay! We made $600. All of our family and friends came out or whatever. But actually we weren't there a year. We were only there 6 months.
Okay.
So we were walking down Degnan because, I like to shop at other stores. And I saw the space that we are in now. But it was occupied by a school, but it was closed. And so I put my hand up. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be the new Nappily Naturals."
You
right?
touched
I
the
touched
property?
the door.
Okay.
And I said, "This is gonna be the new Nappily Naturals."
You put it in existence. You manifested.
Absolutely. So then, about a month or two later, I went back, and it was a skate shop called Neighbors,
Which is next door to you.
which is next door.
Okay.
So I was like,
Mm.
no, I manifested this for me, for Nappily Naturals. And about 2 months later, the property owners called us like, "Hey, this space is available. They moved next door. Would you like this?" Of course. Did not know how we were going to manage that because it was exceedingly more.
Expensive. And you're paying
Well,
for
it was like
rent.
it. Yeah. So now it's a lease. We have to get into a lease.
Right. How long was the lease
But
that you
we
signed
was
for?
like, we don't care.
Okay.
We know it's going to happen.
Was it a year lease, 5-year lease? Was it
So it
scary?
was a 1 year lease.
1-year lease. Okay.
Yeah. So it was a 1 year lease. So you see how we had to fix it up. We had people coming in. We had a
The
lot of
paint, you had to
family. We had to
build.
paint. We had to build those shelves.
You had to basically gut
And
the
we wanted the
place.
energy, as you could feel the energy when you come in there. People say it's
Correct.
like walking through another portal.
It's true. It's
So
so true.
Umar is very creative when it
Yes,
comes
he
to
is.
decoration. Like all of that, the layout, the decoration,
Umar.
that's him. I'm not. That's not my
He had
thing.
a vision.
He had a vision, so he put that all together, and then we had the grand opening. Tabitha Brown came, and I think we made about $2,500 that first day.
The first day?
The first day.
Wow.
So then we were able to, pay the lease.
And still, Chris was only working there, and then Cece was.
It was only Chris and Cyan.
Okay. And then you two. Just the 4 of you.
Yeah, but we weren't paying ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but
You're
yeah,
just
we
putting
would come
everything.
after work because we still had our jobs.
Right.
Yeah, so we would
Right.
come after work. So they would work and we only opened from like 1 to 6.
At that time. Okay.
At that time, so it was 1 to 6. Um, so 1 to 6. So then, every day after that, it was just nonstop because people at that time, that was the best time where people were getting more into natural healing modalities. And so by having the herbs there and just coming in and seeing that, oh my God, all these loose herbs, and then the product sold itself, you know what I mean? And still to this day, so we are very, very grateful that we have been blessed with the type of customers that we have, the support that we have, and the products are good.
How did you know where to go for your vendors? This is an issue where people have goods and services, and unfortunately, we live in a world that people are shady and fraudulent. How did you know to trust certain vendors with, because you have very unique products in your store,
Mm-hmm.
even more now. But at that time, how did you know where to go get the teas and the herbs, the ingredients, and make sure that things were going to be delivered in time? How did you trust that process?
For one, prayer, and then two, just manifest it. Everything that I felt like happened was in divine order. Like that was God. I mean, it was so easy. And so if I thought a thought and it was like, oh my God, how am I gonna find this? And it would just come. Like literally just come. It could be in the form of somebody call me or
Mm.
another business like, hey, I saw you guys and do you guys know about this? Or I open a magazine. I mean, the answer would always come. And thank God that those companies and from 6 years ago to now, we still are dealing with those
You're
same
still doing
companies,
them.
still have the integrity that they have.
Okay, so let's go back to something that I just was thought about right now. There are a lot of people who don't believe in spirituality. Okay, they don't believe in God. They don't believe in the universe. They go wake up in the morning, do what they need to do, pay their bills, um, take care of their family, take care of themselves, and go to bed. In my belief, I'm only 51 years old, and I know we have a higher power out there, but there's a lot of people who don't believe that, Sharon. And um, they just want to go through the day of existing. You came from saying you touched the building, you prayed about it, you believed it was manifesting. You come from a world of being sick and ill, and this doctor came into your existence. What do you say to people who don't believe in things like that? There was a lot of people. I'm not going to say any names. I'm not going to say any names. Uh, and and I don't want to call them negative. Not everybody is negative, but they just didn't have a. They don't believe in that. They think it's hokey pokey, right? What do you say to those who are very resistant and releasing that fear of spirituality and saying, believe in yourself, or believe in a God, or believe in some sort of um, um, aura that's going to help you out? Because people think it's fake. I came from that. I came years and years and years of thinking I'm never going to make it. Okay. How did you how can you help those who are maybe in that situation and believing in themselves?
I haven't really met anybody that has that opposite view of me, or that don't believe in God or don't believe in spirituality, because I guess the energy that I surround myself with, it attracts
Mhm.
that, so it comes. But I know that there are people out there that are atheists and things like that. But I don't really try to proselytize people into believing what I believe. But at the same time, it should be logical and common sense that there is a higher power. You, for one, you did not make yourself. For one, this body that we're in, mind, body, and soul, is a perfect, perfect, perfectly engineered system. I mean, a woman gets pregnant, like you make human beings from an egg and a sperm, and then your womb expands, and then the baby comes out and it becomes human. Or, you know, everything happens. I guess they work together in synergy. There is, we eat and then it comes out, or the sun is in the sky, the moon, it rises, sets. Um, there are herbs all over the world that we did not grow, that was here. We have animals. The bees pollinate and give us this. Like, we did not create this. We did not create this.
Correct.
Like, you have to look at all of these different things and, like, okay, I need you to explain to me, how did that happen? Like, and everything is perfect. Like the way God designed, or whoever you want to believe in, design that is absolutely perfect.
Mhm.
There's a hierarchy. Um, we have oceans, we have the fish, we have millions and millions of different animals, insects, birds, this and that, um, you can't explain that away. So, but at the end of the day, it's all what they believe. At some point, a lot of those people, and I do hear, when they're dying or they're sick, I mean, then you call on, like, you start the prayer, or please God, or whatever you're going to say. Even just saying things in affirmation is a prayer. Um, who are you praying to?
Who are you praying to?
Who are you praying to?
Who are
So,
you pleading to?
who are you pleading to? You know, um, but at the end of the day, and then you hoping things is gonna work. You go to the doctor, you have cancer, and you hoping and praying. You are praying and hoping and things this is gonna work.
100%.
Whatever way that you slice it,
100%.
there is a way that you are in your mind and selling within yourself of, like, I need this to work. I hope
Yeah.
this works. So it is an act of prayer. So
Was it an act of prayer that you and Umar started this business?
I think that everything that happened prior to Umar and meeting Umar and thus was all in divine plan. I really do. And we both believe that. We believe that this was meant to be, and where we are now was is meant to be, and it's meant for this to happen, because it was designed so perfectly, and it's still, going in that way. And we're just blessed.
You guys are. I'm so proud of you. I always say I'm so proud of you. You remind me a lot of my mom.
Really?
Yeah, you do. Because my mom was so entrepreneurial. And she, when my mom would do fashion shows, she was a seamstress, she was a fashion designer. She stumbled many times, but it was the sake of family. My aunt Peggy would always be there. Autumn, Ashley it was a family it was a family effort. Mom, dad. As many times as mom and dad would get in arguments with the fashion shows, dad was still up and at 'em to help my mom out. And Umar and your family is the same way. You got your son involved, you got your daughter involved, you got your other son Dominic involved. It's a family effort, and I think that is wonderful, and that speaks volumes, you know, to having a family-owned business. My mom had a family-owned business. Dad had a family. He had insurance, but it wasn't even family-owned. But the point is that he was self-employed to protect his family. I have a self-employed business. My brother is an artist. He's a freelance artist, you know. So sorry, I got a little emotional there, but it's like you're my mom. And, it was tough for her. It was tougher, especially my mom back in the day being a Black woman in the 80s and 70s starting a business, it was even more difficult. So I have a
I'm
huge
sure.
admiration for any women of color starting a business because it's not as easy as other people. Let's be
Indeed.
honest. Let's be
It's
honest.
not.
It really is a little bit more of It is harder, you know. Let's get into the wellness of the Black community. You are educating, you're not just selling a product, you're educating the Black community about wellness, about obesity, diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, cancer. Why? Why do you think that is important? We all need it, but why in the Black community even more?
Because it's mostly prevalent in our areas, and it started way back when, slavery days, where we had to eat certain things that they got to eat differently than us, and we didn't understand like the impact of those types of foods. And then um so there are a lot of things that we have to unlearn and relearn, especially about food. My biggest thing, with owning an herbal apothecary, when people come in, like you said, it's not just about selling your herb. They come in there, oh, I have diabetes or thyroid issues. Okay, here's some herbs. No, that's not like we want to not only just sell you the cure, like we want to prevent. So what did it say? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we have to go back to the beginning. Like
Right.
it's about diet and exercise and the whole person, the stress. And as Black people, we have been traumatized for, years, decades. So all of that works together. Like we are Trinity, mind, body, and soul. So there's a lot of things that we have to deal with, more stress, racism. We are we lack the privilege of fair housing and justice and medical care and things like that. So the food is another aspect. If you look in our communities, unfortunately, we have the fast foods. I'm not going to name any names, but if you go across town, we have the Air Ones, we have the, Whole Foods and things like that. So a lot of our people do not know how to eat, what to eat, when to eat. And a lot of them are looking at this food that they are selling as real food. Processed food is not real food. It is not. And it's really impacting us at an alarming rate. We have the highest incidences of diabetes, thyroid issues, hormonal issues, stress, what else? Heart disease, cholesterol. And so if we stop looking at these diseases like, it's called diabetes, or it's called cancer, oh, this is called, hypothyroidism, and we change that labeling to, oh, this is a processed food disease, then maybe you can start
Mm.
seeing it differently. Like, oh, you don't have diabetes, you have a processed food disease.
Ooh, speak on
You know
that.
what I mean?
You have a
So
you have a high sugar
you have a
addiction disease.
disease. And then now you can start putting things in perspective and be like, oh,
If you use those words, now that
if you use
tears.
us, if we get this was, I'm sorry, a soda, and it's like
Speak on it.
soda as opposed to
High fructose.
high fructose corn syrup,
Work.
whatever the chemicals in it. This is what this is. You know what I mean? Now we can start seeing things differently, and then now we can start
Speak on it.
changing it. And and so we try to educate that. So number one really is going to be your diet, exercise, how are you handling stress, meditation. Like we have to focus, herbalism focus on the whole body, the whole person, the person with the imbalance as opposed to the imbalance within the
Yeah.
person, because we have to look at everything. So a lot of times people come in and be like, you need to have a consultation, because you can't come in and say, oh, you have stage 4 cancer, kidney disease, and then I'm just going to give you some herbs.
Right.
Like, no, because we need to go back and like, what happened, what's going on, and then a lot of the time, a lot of these diseases like fibroids deal with a lot of, trauma, as women, as a child. So what happened then, things like that. So it's more of an educational piece, like you said.
It's so funny you mentioned this. I went to my doctor yesterday. So I have two endocrinologists. I have hypothyroidism. Had my thyroid taken out in 2017.
Did you?
Girl, that's the scar.
I didn't know you had your thyroid taken out.
You don't need to see the scar there all the time.
Yeah, well, I see it now. I mean, can you see mine?
You had your thyroid
No, I had uh, a tumor on one of my parathyroids, which,
out? Really?
yeah, it's for like, because I had high calcium in the blood, and I was always
I had a goiter.
angry. Did you?
My goiter was huge, and that's why they took it out. And then I had a second thyroid removal because a little piece of it was growing and I had to get a second throat and it was growing in my chest. So it looked like I had a mass. That was 2000. So I had two surgeries, 2008 and 2017. My thyroid. It was out of control. But now I don't. So I'm on levothyroid for the rest of my life, right? Went to the doctor yesterday, talked about my weight. I lost another 5 pounds in the last week. And the reason why it's hard for people with hypothyroidism is because we really don't have a metabolism. Our metabolism is versus someone who's thinner and has a better metabolism. So it's harder for me to lose weight. I'm very active. I'm not on the couch. I do whatever I can do. I keep my calorie intake supposed to be less than 2,000 a day, right? I don't drink soda. I don't drink juice. I drink nothing but water. I might occasionally one glass of wine a week versus what it used to be. I would have almost a bottle a day, but that was during when I was really depressed and having other issues. I drink very low alcohol. My thing is bread. This is the thing. So we talked about the doctor's state. I have an addiction to bread, which is also sugar, let's be honest. And I love crackers. I'm not a big cookie fan, not a big cake fan, not a big sugar, but I love the damn carbs. And so I would go to Sharon, and when you go to Sharon's shop, they have herbologists like her son Justin, and other people who work with your company. They know what to prescribe to you. I don't want to use prescribe, to recommend, right? Because you can't claim.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not FDA approved.
No.
You can't say
So we
this
don't
is going
cure.
to. You don't
we don't
cure.
do any of that.
Suggest.
We suggest. We
You
advise.
recommend.
We recommend. And
This
disclaimer.
is said to.
And there's a disclaimer. You make sure you talk to your healthcare
Yes.
provider before you start any regimen that is given to you by Nappily Naturals.
Yes. So I go to Nappily Naturals to get things that will help me with my hypothyroidism, help me with my cravings, help me with my hair, my skin. Speaking of skin, we got to talk about that in a minute. I can't believe we're almost out of time.
Right?
We're going to be
It does not
talking
seem like
more.
it was
This is gonna
30
be-
minutes.
This is going to be a special episode. We're going to make it longer. Sorry, Simeon. Simeon's smiling at me, already giving me the dirty eye. He's like, we're out of time, Shannon. Well, sorry, Simeon. This is going to be a special episode for today. We will be right back. Devin, this is so frustrating. I'm trying to find a catering company for my friend's anniversary party in 3 weeks in the Valley. And there's so many people that say they can cater, but I'm so afraid because, there's a lot of people who flake out there.
Oh.
Who do you know who can really be reliable and have great food?
I've got the perfect recommendation because I just used them myself.
Who?
It's Ma's Italian Kitchen in Burbank.
Oh, that's right. Michelle.
Michelle,
The
yes.
award-winning chef. That's right.
Exactly. Perfect food. I mean, obviously they're Italian, and they have the best Italian food that I've eaten in Los Angeles, I think.
I'm going to call Ma's Italian Kitchen today and see if they're available for this event.
You got it.
I know that they're known for their chicken piccata and amazing desserts.
They are. Oh my gosh, their desserts are next level.
Let me give a call to Ma's Italian Kitchen today and book an appointment. Also, you know what I heard?
What?
They're also open Monday through Friday for lunch now, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Ooh, that's delicious.
Absolutely. You know what? It's 1 o'clock right now. Let's go get some lunch.
Let's do it, girl. Let's go.
Ma's Italian Kitchen for your best catering needs. Sharon, as a business owner, it's not always the glory. There has to be steps and obstacles that you and Umar had to face. HR, payroll, taxes, permits, insurance, marketing, other expenses that takes to continue to thrive. What are the obstacles that you and Umar had to face in the last 7 years?
So, right. So it's not about, the glory is great, the customers, the community, we love them, they love us. They see a benefit in us and we see the benefit in them. However, on the back end, when we first started, and this was my first business, so I didn't know anything about business. I was just like happy to just be like, business.
You didn't go to school for this,
helping
huh?
people. No.
You didn't go get a bachelor's, didn't get a master's in business administration.
No.
This is literally off the
Literally
cuff.
just off the cuff. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So until we got that tax bill, we was like, wait, what is this? Because we were HR, we were, the inventory, specialist, and we were the payroll clerk and the scheduling. So I didn't have people to do that. I couldn't afford that. Like, I'm
Right.
still
You
working
didn't
a
you
full
didn't
time
have a
job.
CPA, you didn't have an HR
Absolutely
service.
not.
You
No,
didn't have all that.
no,
This was out
because
of
it
your
was more of a hobby when we were at the
right.
other place.
Right.
And then we got this place, that mindset went with it. It was just a bigger space. And I didn't think like, oh, this is a real business.
This is a
Like,
real
I need a
business.
bank account, business bank account. I need to get a CPA. We didn't know that after the first
Wow.
year and a half. And then we started meeting other uh, business owners that are, way more successful,
Right.
that has been in the game. And it was like, you need to get, the first thing you need to get is a good CPA. That is where you need to put your money. And we was like, why? Blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we found out why.
I found out why.
Because we owed some money. But anyway, so that, then we didn't know we have to have all these permits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the license for this and the permit for that. And it's like permit, and fees, and city fees. And you get that bill and it's like, what is this?
Wow. Tell me about it.
You know what I mean? Like, what is this type of fee for? That doesn't
Right.
even make sense.
Right.
So yeah, they will tax the hell out of you.
They tax the hell out of me.
So
And I'm only by myself.
yeah. So you have to have a good CPA, and then you need a manager to manage the day-to-day operations, activities, things like that is what you can do. So then we got a good manager. But and then, I was still doing scheduling and payroll and stuff like that. And then she kind of took over. But yeah, you gotta have a team.
You have to.
You have to have a team, but you gotta have a good CPA
Okay.
that is gonna, an accountant and a bookkeeper or whatever, to make sure that on that back end with the IRS, you are good. Otherwise, you can be
You're in
screwed.
trouble.
You
What
can be
about
screwed.
HR?
HR. Okay, so I was HR too, because HR primarily it focuses on the employees, but then I'm HR, so how it's like a conflict of interest.
Right.
So my daughter is pretty much like me. Tiffany has high integrity. Like, even for me, she'll fire me if she could. She'll fire Umar if she could. And so the employees dealt with Tiffany, and they knew she was fair and she wasn't biased,
Yes.
just because she was my daughter.
Right.
Because there are times when she would go against us and be like, "Look,
Look,
this is what it
it's gonna
is,
be.
right?" And we'd be like, "All right." But so then she and my brother Carol, who's in the
Yes.
military, so they became HR, him and his
Yes.
wife, and so that went for a while. And then so as it stands right now, she's still doing that. But yeah, so HR, we got a good CPA. We have great business mentors. I mean, she has put us up on game. She is helping, taking us to another
Do you
level.
believe in having a business coach?
Yes,
Why?
absolutely.
Why?
Because there are a lot of things that they know and been experienced that we didn't know. They know a lot of the resources, they know a lot of the game, they know a lot of the ins and out, and they can take your business to the next level that you
100%.
wouldn't even conceive of.
We're going to talk about in a minute. I can't wait to talk to you about
You
that.
have a business coach or something? Or what?
No,
Oh.
you told me what you're working on. And
Oh.
I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait for them to hear what you have to say. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm all
okay,
about
okay,
it. We're
okay.
going to talk about that in a minute. I have a business coach.
You do?
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
And she's also my therapist. So
Okay.
we talk about personal stuff. We talk about the business stuff as well. Because let's be honest, it's a whole unit.
It is.
It's
You
a
need a
whole
therapist
unit.
too. And then,
We all need therapists. We need
yeah,
someone to talk about.
we
We need someone
do.
to talk about with an unbiased opinion. And I think that's the best way to move along with life.
And also with me and Umar, because we're married,
Right.
we have to know how to navigate both of those roles.
Because, honey, Umar, y'all be black and white. You and Umar be black and white. Umar's like way up here, and Sharon's like, wait, hold on, honey, let's chill for a minute.
Yes.
And Umar run around the corner, or,
So I need the third party to come in and be like, hey, we're going to balance this out.
balance.
Because
You have to balance.
I think I'm right to think it's right. And then also a part of that, being in the business with your husband, it's like,
You got challenges.
when we go home, we're back to being husband and wife, and
Right.
not employers and partners, because like that door closed. I don't want to keep
You don't
talking
wanna talk
about
business. You want to talk about
business
let's
to 8,
love on
9,
each
10,
other.
11
Let's
o'clock.
have a
Right.
dinner,
So it takes
babe.
away from the rest of the stuff.
Let's go on vacation. Let's do this. And not, I don't, right. That is
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. So you have to find that balance with that
Right.
situation.
Very good. Very
Mhm.
good. You got some products that you brought. I want to have the audience see what you bring and what is at your store. What did we have today? All right. So Sharon bought a lot of her products today that I want you guys to see, and this is the reason why it's so magical. When I do my Nappily Naturals haul on Insta and on TikTok and everything, and I show you guys what I bought, like it's like toys to me. You know, when you go to Toys R Us back in the day, you're like, "Oh, look what I got, Mom and Dad! Look what I got!" So now it's like I am excited when I go to this store because I'm like, "Oh, I can't wait to try this." Sharon, what did you bring for us to see? What's in the shop today?
Okay, so I brought a variety of stuff. Like, so we sell, of course, herbs, teas, hair care products, skincare products, body products, tinctures, tonics, a lot of home goods. We do have a zero waste store. So naked because clean. So Naked is our zero waste store, so you can come and refill your Dr. Bronner's, your plant-based detergent. So like I said, everything in the store, we primarily move toward organic and healthy options. So for instance, soap. So we have cold pressed soap. So this is one of the soaps that I love that I use for my skin. Vitamin C.
Love it. And
And it smells so good. And the ingredients, is castor oil, black seed oil, walnuts, rose water, tangerine oil, vitamin C, things like that. So no chemicals
no
at all.
glycerin.
No glycerin, no chemicals, anything.
The best body soap, and it lathers.
Yes.
Lathery
And
soap.
we have a plethora of, soaps. So
the lavender,
turmeric,
the
things like that.
strawberry,
Strawberry,
the
mango and
oatmeal.
oats, oatmeal, black seed. So detox. So
Mhm.
this is the black seed oil. I know you take this. So this
I
is
take
good
that.
for everything. Heart, cholesterol,
Keeps my cholesterol low, girl.
insomnia. Yeah, it does keep your
It's
life.
for insomnia?
It's for insomnia. That's why
Should I take
teach
it at
you.
night? I've
So-
been taking it in the morning.
Yeah, you can take this at night. You put it. You can. So I like the tea. I like the seeds
Okay.
because I boil it and make it as a tea. And honey, when I drink that, I'm like out.
It was good
Yeah.
for insomnia.
And you put this under your tongue.
I
Right?
put it under my tongue, but I usually do it with all my other vitamins in the morning. But it doesn't make me
Well, I don't know what
sleepy.
other vitamins you're taking, but
You know the other vitamins I taken. But I don't take that in. But it doesn't make me sleepy though.
yeah, because you're taking it in the morning. So this is you get to relax. So you should always be preparing for bed and anything you want to do. So are you on your phone right before you go to bed? All that, we need to get rid of that light, the blue
I
light.
take
We need to.
I take my
want
phone
the
off within
melatonin
half
to
an
start
hour
coming.
before I go to bed, so I don't have the blue light in my face.
Is it next to your head?
No, I believe in the feng shui.
Okay.
My phone is in the living room. I do not put my electronics in my bedroom.
Yeah. I like the seeds a little bit better at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay. This is the one of the famous signature lock and hairspray that we made. So it's a combination of rose water, lavender water, aloe vera gel, aloe vera juice, jojoba oil, a lot of some essential oils, and some extracts.
Now you can make things your own recipe.
You can make your own recipe.
When you
could
go
come
into
in
their store, you literally could say, "I'm dealing with eczema, Sharon. I'm dealing with psoriasis. I'm dealing with dandruff.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with really dry scalp." So everyone's different.
Yeah.
And so you make a recipe custom made to your.
So you can custom here. We give you this label, you fill it out, and then we go in the back and we make it.
Custom
or we'll
hairspray.
make it for you.
Yeah. So because I wear locks and this is synthetic hair, I have to wear. I use lemongrass and lavender, something that's good for my scalp, so it helps with the anti-itching, anti-irritation. Sometimes this hair irritates me, so I always make sure I at least spray that 3 times a week on my hair, and it makes it softer. It's a daily spray, and it's wonderful, and it makes your hair smell good.
This is called Son of a King and Son of a Queen. These are our signature body butters. So we have about 20 to 25 different scents. They're amazing. Smell delicious, hydrates you. You don't feel greasy or oily. It absorbs into the skin very well. And so I'm going to give you and your wife one. So this is going to be yours. And then
Chris,
I think she's going to like
a king.
know this better than
that one right here. So just to let you guys know, again, I always talk about the shea butters because everywhere I go, and I tell this to Sharon all the time, I don't care if I'm at the grocery store, I'm at the gym, I'm hanging out with my friends. I get so many compliments on how I smell. And I literally forget that I had it on. So I'll go after work or I'll go at work, whatever. I'm still smelling fresh. And some guy will come up to me, "What is that you're wearing?" I will never forget when I was in Air One. This was a year ago. I was walking, minding my own business, and this white man was staring at me. And I'm thinking, "Oh shoot, he doesn't think I'm stealing." I had my basket, minding my business. I ain't looking all that great. I just come from, I just was just doing errands that day. And he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I know you think I'm walking and looking at you." I said, "Yes. Am I doing something wrong?" He's like, "You smell amazing. Everyone in the store wants to know what you're wearing." I'm like, "What you mean everyone in the store?" He's like, "Everybody's been talking about you in the store. They smell you when you're walking away." I'm like, "Get at her." He's like, "What are you wearing?" I said, "Honey, I'm wearing shea butter from Nappily Naturals, and I got a body oil on." He's like, "You smell amazing." And I gave him the number for your store and everything. White man.
Wow.
And I get compliments every day. It's not an exaggeration. It was it was the Cunyaza oil I
Okay.
always wear.
Oh, okay.
That's one that's amazing. I wear that every day. It's in my purse right now. And then either it was the not scent of a queen. It's always the licked.
Oh, lick.
It's licked, or it's the one that smells like baby powder.
Oh, rain on me.
Rain on me. Those are my signature scents. It just works with my body chemistry, but I get the most compliments. My house smells always good. My pillows smell good. My clothes always smell good. I get the most compliments when I wear your stuff, and I don't wear perfume anymore because I wear the shea butters and the oils.
Yeah.
They last longer in my skin versus perfume.
do last
Because perfume
longer.
is made out of alcohol. Your stuff doesn't have alcohol.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't irritate the skin. Yeah. What else do we got?
Okay, so these are. Oh, let me show you this. Umar made this. He put my face on this. So we do sell.
I saw that the other day.
I do sell hair wraps. So a lot of women come like, so he finally made a label, but he put my face.
Is this one of her wraps you sell that you have right now?
I don't have these in the
Okay.
store, but I am getting these in the store.
Good.
But
'cause I
these
want
are the
those.
jersey. So kind of like what you have on, but you can wrap this all over your head. So this is
Okay.
the kind.
And you have
So these are
different
my hair
colors
wraps.
in the store?
I have a lot of different colors. Yes.
Wonderful.
And then here's some herbs. So this one is called diabetes, and don't look at my label because I couldn't find the actual label for this, so I had to write it in. So
They
this
actually
is
have
for,
professional labels.
we have professional labels, as you can see. So, but this one is diabetes, so it helps, with blood sugar, lowering the blood sugar. It has bitter melon in there, which mimics insulin. It has gymnema.
What is that?
It's amazing. It's another herb for diabetes and blood sugar. Amazing. So Chris put this blend together. I believe it was Chris or Justin, one of them. And so bitter melon, what is it? Gymnema. I know it has cinnamon in it. So a lot of good. Cinnamon is really good.
Cinnamon is really good to
cinnamon
lower
is really good for
the AC,
blood-
the AC
yeah,
one or
A1C. A1C.
A1C. Okay.
So it has that in there. This is our Heart Smart blend, which I'm gonna have to change the name because the FDA don't allow you to name your products based on what you're trying to heal. So it's like, oh, you're giving them the idea that this is gonna heal your heart. It's gonna, but so now I have to change the name. But anyway, we created it for high blood pressure and cholesterol and things like that. Okay. So it has hawthorn berries in there, which is amazing for the heart. Helps with palpitations and irregular heartbeats and things like that. It has linden leaf, has goji berries. All of these is good for the heart. Ginger, roasted dandelion, which is what I'm drinking right here.
Roasted dandelion. Why roasted dandelion?
Well, dandelion and roasted dandelion. It's just roasted. I like roasted dandelion better because it tastes like coffee. So you can make your coffee.
What's bitter?
It is bitter, but it has the flavor sensation of coffee.
Really?
So you can do roasted dandelion. You can do some yerba mate. You can use chicory root. I use mine with like cacao.
Okay.
Or mycelium gold, which is a blend of mushrooms.
I have that. I had that this morning.
So
in my smoothie.
And make a coffee.
Yeah. Because I don't drink coffee.
You want to use this?
I don't drink
I'll
coffee.
make you.
I need something to wake me up in the morning.
I'll make you an alkaline coffee.
Yeah, I need something to wake me up. Like I always buy your Moroccan mint, the gunpowder tea, which is the bomb, and then the African rooibos. Is that the one with the caffeine? Which is the one with the caffeine? Not caffeine, but wakes me up. Is it the red rooibos? What is it? There was something else.
Gunpowder green tea. You have yerba mate. We have a Moroccan mint. We have the because we made your blend. I don't know if it was Go-To Cola in there. Or
yes,
Vento.
yes, because Chris made it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Heart Smart, and then this one, well, cinnamon. Everybody knows
Cinnamon.
about cinnamon.
Why cinnamon besides the diabetes? What else does cinnamon do for you?
Cinnamon is, well, blood sugar. Is high in, antioxidants. Um, it's heart health.
Okay.
Um, Cinnamon is just great for pretty much everything.
Really?
I can't do cinnamon because it interferes with my blood type.
Really? So it is, so what's the book? I have the book at home. It shows I have to read it again. What was the book called again? Eating for your blood type.
Eat right for your blood type.
What's the author? Do you know the author's name? We'll look it up. We'll put it on the notes. We'll put it on the notes. I have the dang book at home.
And then we have tinctures. So this one is called Namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
really like Zen, calming, anxiety. It has passion flower in there. It has, I can't even see this, skullcap. So it could be also good for migraines, headaches, things like that. So tincture. So we have a plethora of tinctures for different,
Got it.
issues. Now, the Celtic salt. So Celtic salt is a salt that comes from the ocean. It's not processed as like table salt. So the problem with what we've been having over the years as Black people, we've been using, I don't want to say any name because I don't want them.
Iodized.
So you already know there's a popular name for that.
We're not going to use the name on the show because I don't want to be
so
sued.
that is the type of salt that leads to high blood pressure,
Right.
hardening
Table salt.
Table salt, hardening of the arteries, things like that.
Right.
This salt has the minerals and the vitamins that we need. So zinc, magnesium, calcium, iron, potassium. So it stabilizes your electrolyte balances in the body, hydrates you. So you take a couple of crystals on your tongue every time you drink water. Wow. Right? So it has 3 magnesiums that pull the water into the cells. So if you have edema, swelling and things like that, so it's going to move it from the tissues back into the cells. You want the water to go into the cells,
right,
not into the tissues.
Hold on a minute. Are you saying as just part of my regimen, my vitamin?
I'm saying it might.
Okay. You're suggesting.
I'm suggesting.
You're recommending.
I'm recommending that you take Celtic salt instead of table salt because this is the salt that our body needs.
And we could put that in our food.
You can put it in your food and it tastes so good. Okay. The flavor palette of this is so good. So, but how you use it, because you want to wet it, you want to put it on your tongue. Then you drink a couple of crystals on your tongue. Then that has 3 magnesiums, and then when the magnesium go into the cell, then you drink your water behind it. It pulls the water into the cells. Now you're hydrated. Then you're gonna start seeing more bowel movements because now you're getting.
It helps with the pooping.
Yes. And you get all the minerals, girl. Our body needs minerals more so than vitamins. So everybody, I would recommend that everybody use Celtic salt.
Got you.
You're gonna love this. I'm gonna give this to you.
Look at that.
Now this, Shannon, you like things. You like to try new things.
I love to try new things.
You like to try new things. So this is called Super Mood. It's Golden Glow. So this is a blend of herbs, kava kava, which is a really great adapter. You heard kava kava. Mm-hmm. So the kava kava kratom, and it has
kratom in there?
It does. So when you want this sensation of euphoria and zen, you're gonna feel it within the first 5 minutes of taking just a half a bottle.
What am I? Is it a drink? What is it?
It's a drink, yeah.
Do I do a shot?
Do a shot.
Do I do it in the evening, in the morning, in the night? What do I do?
So however you want to feel. If you want.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna give this to him. No, I need because I want him like drink half. It's all natural. Don't worry about anything.
Do you want to do it now? Come over here, Simeon. Come over here. Get in the camera.
Drink half and then tell me.
Let the people know.
Drink half right now and then tell me how you feel. He's gonna feel
Does it
like
need to be refrigerated?
He's gonna almost feel like this euphoric feeling,
like
now, this.
I haven't been in the store for the last 3 weeks. This is brand
new.
Brand new.
This is new.
Okay, he's drinking it, y'all, right now. What does it taste like? So you want to just do half right now and then
just
half later?
Just do half.
So what is he supposed to be feeling maybe the next half an hour, 20 minutes?
He's going to feel just a sense of peace. Calm is like a really good sense of peace. Calm, and it's very good adaptogens. Kava kava is really powerful. A lot of people come in there for that. We do have the herb version of that. But I want to, and so that's a tonic, tincture tonic, and so it's very strong. But I want him to.
What's it taste like?
And maybe Shani, you can take the other half. I don't know.
Let me. Okay. But all right, let me say what it tastes like.
Yeah.
It's called Golden Glow.
They come and get it 4 or 5 at a time.
Supra Mood?
Yeah.
And when did you start getting this?
Probably like 2 weeks ago. What does it taste like? Shannon always do her
I always
famous.
do that. It has a minerally. It has a little bit of fruit, something in there, like a
Yeah,
mango-y,
yeah. It has
citrusy
what is it called? It's
aftertaste.
passion fruit.
Okay. And this is supposed to be making me feel good. Like,
It's gonna make you feel good.
now, I don't. It says body comfort, human connection, awakens sensuality, sense of well-being, focus and creativity, feeling of euphoria.
Now I had you use half and half because some people feel it. It's like, let's start out with half. So
Okay,
if you
smart.
feel like you need a whole bottle, then
I would refrigerate this because I like things cold like this. I do all my other tinctures in the refrigerator.
yeah.
I like to have them cold. Thank you. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back.
Oh my God, I'm looking in the mirror every day and I see how yellow my teeth are. I'm drinking way too much coffee and drinking way too much red wine. I need a whitening bad.
You know what? I have a great dentist to go to. Actually, my personal dentist is Dr. Lexi at Exquisite Dentistry. Theron, my brother, actually went and got his teeth whitened and brightened a few months ago, and the results were amazing. And Theron came out of there with pure confidence, knowing that his teeth are white and bright.
I need some confidence.
Check out Exquisite Dentistry and ask for Dr. Alexi. His office is actually spa-like. So when you go into his office, you feel like you're going to a spa. It's a wonderful experience. Contact Dr. Alexi at Exquisite Dentistry in Los Angeles and tell him Queen Shan Shan sent you.
I'm doing it right now.
Sharon, thank you so much for sharing these amazing products. But I want to know, the audience wants to know, the broads want to know, what's on the horizon? What are we looking forward to in the future with Nappily Naturals?
So the next healing modality that we have now, we secured an 8-acre farm in Texas. Yay. That we now want to build out into a wellness retreat so we can bring people there and they can stay longer. So now you'll get the benefit of, we're going to have an organic chef, make your smoothies. We're going to serve you herbs every morning, kind of like the Dr. Sebi compound,
right?
But on a smaller scale. And you can come and stay, and then you can also rent it out like an Airbnb. You want to do your own retreats there, so a wellness retreat.
So, if I had a company and I had employees and I want to take them out for a weekend,
yes,
I could take them out to this retreat in Texas. We're in Texas.
So it's, I think it's East Texas, so it's 30 minutes outside of San Antonio.
Okay, got it.
So
it's
called
easy
Stockdale.
To get there. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So easy to get there. So you go there for the weekend. It's still in the building process.
Still in the building process.
The goal is you're going to have a place to do exercise and yoga and meditation.
We want to have animals. We want to go back to nature.
You want to have a farm
there.
We want to
go
like
back
a petting
to
zoo.
Nature. Yes.
That's
we want to
awesome.
go back to nature.
Growing your vegetables. Actually,
growing your own vegetables.
And that's farm to table.
Yes, exactly. So, and a lot of herbs we want to start growing there that we're going to utilize at the store here. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we'll know where we're getting.
So you already bought the property, so it is just about the funding. You need
it's about
funding.
the funding.
Yeah,
we're manifesting the funding.
Right.
So we were looking at doing some crowdfunding. I'm really not well versed in that. However, there was somebody was saying I like to you give something and then we give something back. Yeah. So we're gonna start doing subscriptions. So I know a lot of people have been asking, and this is just a prototype. So we're going to start a subscription process. So different tiers. It can be, whatever your budget is. But each month, we're going to have a mind, body, and soul box.
Excellent.
So it's going to be from, things for the mind, for the body, for the soul. So, for instance, teas. You have your body butters. You can have your, facial care, your favorite facial product that you use, your soap. And then you can, for the soul, incense, spiritual, sage. Sage with the Palo Santo. I had a crystal here. Where'd it go? But anyway, I had a crystal here. And you can choose what you want in your box. I wanted to do a CMOS subscription because everybody loves my CMOS. So, you can, pay for the year and you'll get a free CMOS.
Or pay for it monthly.
So, however you want to.
I am, I'm subscribed to BoxyCharm. Well, now it's Ipsy now bought it. But, I talk about my makeup all the time because it's a subscription. I pay $25, $30 a month. But, when you have a profile, it says this is your skin type. This is the kind of lipsticks you like. This is the
Yeah.
type of shades of eyeshadow. How would you be able to tailor that to a customer, especially maybe if they have health issues?
So we're going to. That's what we're. This is a prototype. So
Right.
I'm working with my business coach,
Okay.
who's gonna, and she's in the tech world, so doing that. So we're gonna take, this healing situation to more of a tech.
Okay.
So that's her thing.
Okay.
That's her forte. So once we get that up and running, and then we'll, push it out.
That's
to
going to
the.
be awesome.
So yeah,
That's going to be awesome.
yeah,
I'll be a first customer for that for sure. For the subscription, honey, we'll be talking about
Yes.
subscription-based Nappily Naturals. Definitely make sure you guys can send any donations, contributions to their farm in Texas. Do you still have the GoFundMe? Are you doing a GoFundMe for that? How can people donate to the farm?
So we do have a GoFundMe. I'm going to link it in our bio, Nappily Naturals,
And send it to me so I could put it on the.
I will send it to you,
YouTube.
and we'll appreciate any donations because we want to, make sure that we're getting.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive, but it's going to be really worth it,
Yes.
and it's going to benefit the people.
Absolutely.
It's going to benefit the people.
And what a nice way to say, I'm going to go to Texas to be healed. I'm going to go to Texas to
Texas.
learn about wellness. I'm going to go to Texas just to meditate, do some yoga.
Oh, girl, meditation is very important. We live a stress-free life. We live a microwavable life.
We sure do.
Everything is quick.
Well,
We don't know how that is impacting
Right.
us. So people need to just stop. I want you to
100%.
stop, and get back to nature. So that is the whole point of this retreat. We want you to we're not doing technology. We want you to feel the water, feel the earth, do some grounding, and feel the trees, hug a tree. That really is where we're like one.
Mhm. Why
And so-
Texas?
California is too expensive. That's for one. But two, you get more land.
You get
out
more
there.
for your
It
bang.
was-
You
it
get
was
more bang for your
cheaper.
buck. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
it was cheaper, and I like the place that it is because it's quiet, it's peaceful. You don't have all of these other people around you, and you can just chill and just be at peace and be still. We do have a property on there that is already like kind of fixed up, but we want to build out. We want to do the landscaping. We want to have the outside deck with the pool and the jacuzzi and things like that,
wait.
and the sauna and things like that.
can't
So
wait.
do yoga, and we're going to be there to serve you your teas and your herbs. Every morning that you're there.
That's going to be
and you're-
awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So we're putting that definitely into the universe. It's
Yes,
going
we
to be
are.
an amazing venture. Congratulations to everything that you're doing. I'm so proud of you and Umar. I really am. And I'm proud to be a part of this journey too. I used to work for you.
She
during
used
COVID.
to work for us.
During COVID, I was bored, and because of my business, we couldn't go see clients. No one would open the doors, and so I had to be remote, and I was like bored, and so I reached out to Sharon and said, "Is there a way I can help you at the store?" I worked for you for about a year and a half. It was a year and a half.
Oh,
I was your employee. I was her employee, girl, 3 years ago
Wow.
during COVID. And I learned so much about the business aspect, the herbs. I was able to work with her family, and some good times. And I was able to meet some celebrities at your store. It was really an interesting experience. So thank you again for that opportunity for making. I was an employee of Nappily Naturals.
Employee of Nappily Naturals.
Mhm. Good times. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
We
for
really
having me.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Okay, so real quick, I had a interesting Instagram post this week about friendships and about a friend of mine who's very introverted. She's not really shy because she speaks her mind when she wants to speak her mind. Anyway, she sent me a text early this week, and she knew that I was traveling. I've been gone for the last 2 months. I've been really, really busy doing my thing. And it was no reflection of her, but she sends me a text saying, "Hey, Shannon, how are you? I see that you've been really busy. Are you mad at me?" And I'm all, "No, I'm not mad at you at all." She's like, "Well, I've seen you doing this the other week, and I saw you doing this the other week. I know you're home. Is there a reason why you haven't been inviting me to these things?" And I'm all, I said, these were already plans that I've had. It was no reflection that I didn't want to invite you. These are things that were already put in place, things that were already said and done. And again, I haven't seen her in 2 months, but she's been texting me while I was traveling. So she knew that I was out of the country, and she knew that I've been busy. And this woman, she's really fun. She's really, really cool, but she doesn't initiate the goings out. She doesn't initiate gatherings. She doesn't initiate wine or girls' night or girls' weekend. She's got to always rely on me and other friends. And so I put this query on TikTok and on Instagram because I really didn't know what people were thinking. If they're introvert, I'm an extrovert. My brother's an introvert. And so he doesn't always initiate the gatherings. I've always been the great gatherer of parties and get-togethers and all this stuff. I've always been that way since I was a kid. You texted me, you sent me a DM, and you said something in a different perspective because you are an introvert yourself. You're an introvert at heart. It's hard for me to believe that because you're so outgoing and you do things, Sharon. And I mean, being a business owner, you got to be out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
You really got to be out of the
Yeah.
comfort zone. So you made a statement saying, what did you sell? What did you tell me?
Ooh, girl. Sometimes in the moment it just comes from the spirit. But for one, I'm an introvert. So I kind of get her side, and I don't do the initiation of anything because, like you said, in my comfort zone. Like, I'm just behind the scenes. I really don't do interviews or podcasts, but if
Thank
I
you for
have
being
to,
here.
I have to. But my thing is like it has to go both ways.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it has to go both ways. But my thing is for people, I like to ask questions and not assume things. A lot of times we project, things onto other people. And so I think I was asking you, did you talk to her about it? Also, the phone works both
The
ways.
phone works both
The phone
ways.
works both ways. So a lot of times if there's a situation that I have with somebody, first I'm going to look at myself to see if my hands are clean or if I have done anything first and foremost. But aside from that, me being an introvert and I see you or my other friends doing certain things because I'm not going to think that they're mad at me when I know that I'm not doing anything first and foremost. And I don't want to have the entitlement to think like, like they should be inviting me here all the time to certain things when I don't do it. I don't initiate, or I don't just call them up and like, hey, what you guys doing, or this and that. But so sometimes we got to look at ourselves first, and you got to see like, am I really being a good friend in this too?
Right.
I don't want to blame you for something that is happening on my end.
Right.
But I kind of get like because you were saying, well, she don't do this, she don't do this, and I was like, I think the main thing that I was saying is like, don't put it on Instagram because if she sees it, then she may get offended.
She's not on Instagram. She's just on Facebook.
Okay, I don't know if she would see it or not, but I said if it was
I haven't
me,
heard from her.
if it was me,
about it.
if it was me, I would probably be like,
You would feel bad that I was
I would
talking about you.
Yeah,
But I
that
didn't say her name.
So,
Of course, I'm not going to tell her name.
of course,
It
not.
was
But she knows.
But it was
that
a
you were
text
talking
that I
about.
received. I don't know when I did this post, Monday or Tuesday morning. It kind of irked me because
Yeah, and it
it
showed.
kind of irked me because she isn't an initiator. She does solely rely on me or other friends to get the party started. Yeah. This woman, and she ain't broke. She got her own business. She does very, very well for herself. She lives in Orange County, and she does well. Okay, so I am a giver in terms of, hey, John, Sally, Simeon, what's up for this weekend? You want to go here? There's a wine festival. There's an event. Hey, I'm going to have a party at my house. We're going to have a game night. Let's have fried chicken night. We're going to have a soul food night. Hey, we're going to go here for the weekend. Here, that's just how I've always been. And I'm very generous in inviting as many people I can. She's the kind of person that wants to just wait to be invited.
Yeah, and see, we're kind of alike, but I'm not going to put that responsibility on somebody else.
Right.
That's what I'm not going to do. Me knowing who I am, I'm not going to, put that responsibility on you. So I'm not going to come at you in that way and think, you're mad or you're not inviting me here or there.
I'm glad at the same time, it kind of irked me at the same time. Maybe I do need to communicate with her more, but at the same time, like you said, the phone works both ways.
It does.
Shannon, what's up? Hey, let's do this. Let's have a cocktail. Let's go see this movie. Hey, let's go see a movie.
Yeah, and if I want to do something with somebody, then I'm going to have to speak up. I'm not going to, if I see you doing other things with other people, maybe she felt like maybe she like I said projected that onto you. Maybe she seen all you and all your friends doing something, and why wasn't I invited? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get it. I get it. I
you
sometimes feel
know,
hurt sometimes when I
yeah,
am not invited to certain things. Like,
yeah.
why
So
was I
maybe
not
that's what that
invited?
was really about.
Yeah, maybe. And again, I didn't project. I didn't. The way I responded to her was, I apologize first of all, and I said,
What'd you
I,
apologize for?
I apologize for not communicating to her because I haven't talked to her in 2 months.
Communicating. Okay.
I haven't. I literally, because I've been traveling.
But see, the thing is, she didn't talk to you for 2 months either. So I wouldn't like feel like
So
that would be
true.
an apology because neither one of
So
y'all like.
true.
So that's going to be a wash
So
for us because
okay,
I'm not
correct.
going to apologize when I haven't heard from
Correct.
you in 2 months. What I may
It works
apologize of
both
something
ways.
that I've done intentionally, but that's not an intentional thing. That's me living my life.
Let's flip it around another thing. What about these friends who say the same thing and then you invite them to things? It's always a no. It's
Um,
always no. But at the same time, I get a text. Why didn't you invite me to so and so and so? Are you mad at me? Girl, I got another person this week saying the same thing. I'm like, you always say no.
So you
Why
stop.
am I going to keep asking you if you're always going to say no?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Okay, so me and Sherry, we have this. Sherry and I are introverts too, but we have like the best relationship. We're very transparent. If it's something like, girl, you wrong, we tell each other when we're wrong, and
This is your best friend.
this is my best friend. We tell each other when we're wrong, very transparent, very open. We talk about anything. We tell each other anything, and we know our boundaries. We're very accountable. We can sit in the same room and not say anything to each other, and we know we're cool. Um, so it's we just have that type of relationship. However, and this is a joke for us. It's not real because we're very emotionally intelligent. I'm not gonna sit there because we're both introverts. So if people invite us someplace, we'll say no. We'll say no. We'll say yeah, but then we won't go. Right? But
You say yeah and you don't go.
and then we'll go. We'll say yeah, but then we may not go. But the thing is, our joke is, but we want you to keep inviting us, even though we're not gonna come. So there are people like that, but I know well enough to like if they stop, inviting me, I know why.
Could you say no?
And I can't get mad at that because I said no, or I'll say yeah and then never.
You don't show up. That ain't cool.
So yeah,
we don't
they
like
have a right
flakers.
to do that.
We don't like
Yeah.
cornflakes.
They have a right. They have a right.
Because especially
you
if
have
there's
right
a
to do
dinner
that.
involved and there's a cost or an expense involved, and you say yes, and then you don't show up, then that person is out of money or out of a space, or it's an inconvenience for the other rest of the party. I don't like that. When you're a flaker, I stop inviting
Yeah.
you.
So your thing is, well, I invited you and you never say, you always say no. So I felt like
I got friends
you
like
wasn't
that.
interested.
I got friends like that. Hey,
And
what
then
you
they
doing
have
this
to own
weekend?
that.
What you doing? Oh, we're gonna do this. And I'm like, okay, come and join us. And then I don't get a call. I don't get a text, and they just show up. That's rude.
Well, then they have to own that.
Well, then I stop inviting you.
That's not your. Yeah.
You're not part
And
of the party.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
I'm gonna take that.
You're gonna take that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's when you're mature about stuff.
That's
and
the
you're not
emotional
blaming,
intelligence that you're
placing
talking
blame on.
about.
Absolutely. You're not
Absolutely.
placing blame on other people. Yeah.
And it's not because it is what it. Yeah. You said you're gonna come, but when you keep doing that, I'm gonna stop inviting you. Doesn't make any sense. And then so don't get mad at you. Don't get mad at me when you don't. Why are you getting mad? Girl, we can talk. This could be a book.
This will be a book. 'Cause, honey, psychology and behavior of people.
100%. 100%. We will be right back. Sharon, this has been a delight. I know you coming out of your shell. You're coming out of your comfort zone to come over here. It's raining. It was not far from your house, but thank you for being here. Thank you for being on time, even though it was only 7.5 minutes late.
Yeah, I was on time, and she was texting me, you got to be there at 9:30, and then I was like...
I got here at 9:38. Right, Simeon?
No, you see him? If you guys could see him, he was like, yeah.
Well, the queen has to, make the entrance.
She has to make her grand entrance. It wouldn't be Shannon if she doesn't make her grand entrance. So we're going to give you grace on that.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Simeon, for being here. We always got the professionalism. I hope this is going to help you. I hope this is going to help you and Umar get more of the word out. You know, when you have these social media platforms, you never know who's listening or
Right.
watching.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here, educating us, being a force in this community, growing and making sure that and encouraging those who want to start a business that this is palpable. This is tangible. This can happen, right?
Yeah, it can.
You know,
Absolutely. I never
it
thought
hasn't
that
been
it would.
smooth sailing for you.
No.
You've had some obstacles.
Oh
You've
yeah.
had to jump through some
Oh
hoops
yeah.
to
But
get to where you are.
Yeah, but you know,
Yeah.
gonna,
But the reward is great.
the reward is greater. Yes.
Yeah, and you're doing this with your husband. You're sharing this with your family.
My family.
You know, and that's what really, really counts. And the rewards are going to continue to expound. And I can't wait for the subscription box to come on board. I can't wait for the farm because you know I'm going to be the first guest there.
Please.
You know, definitely with my critiques, my reviews.
You've always supported us, and I really appreciate it.
I do support you because I
do.
believe in the product.
Yeah.
I believe in the service. I use the product every single day. So I'm going to talk about it all the time. So thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to pay for that. Okay. We can't afford it. And you're my client. Thank you for also being a client. And
Oh yes, the best
always-
insurance agent ever.
Thank
Best. I got about 100,000 policies from Sharon.
Oh God. You have just been a delight for me and a true friend. And I really, really appreciate that. You are a star. You really are. You are. How do people contact you?
So, our store is called Nappily Naturals. We are in Leimert Park, 4342 Degnan Boulevard in Los Angeles. We are online at nappillynaturals.com. We're on Instagram at Nappily Naturals, TikTok at Nappily Naturals. And you can DM me anytime for any questions you may have, and I will respond right back to you.
Absolutely. She will. If not, it's either or Umar will respond or someone else in their social media will respond for that. And you can do orders online.
You can do orders online. We ship all over. So, yeah.
Do you ship internationally?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, there you go. All right, well, cool. So there's no reason why you can't say you can't get Nappily Naturals items because it is at your fingertips. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Braz, for being here as well. And for information of us, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok as well. I quit my Twitter. A long time ago. That's another story. And also email me at abroadproductions@gmail.com. But as always, thank you for watching Abroad.
Nappily Naturals. It's a local business that has made a lasting impression within the community, we're told, online and beyond.
Amanda Salas is taking us shopping and introducing us to the people behind the products.
Nappily Naturals, how may I help you?
This is a family-owned business. We serve health here, and everything we have here, whether you put in the body and on the body, is clean ingredients made with food, plants, and herbs.
And similar to plants, Nappily Naturals as a company has grown and flourished. What started out as a husband and wife business in a small corner of a beauty salon turned into blossoming and booming businesses. Yes, you get 2-in-1 with Nappily Naturals and Naked, an apothecary, and a zero-waste refill whole food shop located in the heart of Leimert Park.
The pride we have in being a Black-owned business is because we are able to represent, the community with what we have here: love, peace, health, wealth, positivity. They come here and they feel proud to see us successful in this community. They see the love and the concern and the care that we give them. Also, with our employees, we try to encourage them to become more entrepreneurs themselves, so we can kind of, close that disparity, that racial wealth gap.
Every year we go on a trip. We pay for the whole trip.
Wow, like a retreat.
Yes, we go on a retreat.
After hearing and seeing all the goodness that Nappily Naturals has to offer, I had to experience it for myself. I even had a custom tea made for me based on my needs. That was a good blend. That was great. Thank you. Better sleep, maybe? and even essential oils that can be worn in lieu of perfume. The energy and vibe of Nappily Naturals is something that is magical. Thank you. If the shop looks familiar, that's because you may have seen it before on shows like
Insecure, Broken Bread, TikTok, Sweet Life, LA. Yeah, White Man Can Jump 2. I think that's coming out, or if it's already out, it's on there.
two shops in one with one main purpose, where you can shop well and shop wellness.